Howdy-ho, and welcome to Wednesday PLO evening, or PLO night. I'm Kyyberi, this is PortRimania.com, and I'm just going to open a few tables. We have somewhere around 200 in our bankroll, so I'll start with the PLO20 tables. And let's see how it goes. If it doesn't go well, then we go down to PLO10. So probably if we lose one or two buy-ins, I'm just happy to go down because don't want to waste all our bankroll today. Variance can be pretty sick even when you're playing with the sort of bad opponents. I just checked that I had this feeling that I haven't won a lot of flips in PLO4 while playing, and I have played 5.5 thousand hands in PLO4 at microgaming, and I'm running 25 buy-ins under EV in 5,500 hands. That's pretty sick. €100 below EV, which is 25 buy-ins in PLO4. So variance can be sick. And it seems that there's the same players in almost every table, which makes me think that there might be a lot of regulars. Let's see until the HUD works. We have one aggressive guy labeled yellow and no green ones. These guys look like they are regulars, so not sure how profitable the games are. I'm just going to check what is the situation in PLO10. Only 2 tables open, but yeah, there's fishes. And as usual, we have a couple of minutes delay for security reasons. So when you are commenting about the hands, state the table 1, 2 on the top, 3, 4 on the bottom, and what was my hand, so I can find it in replayer or hand history or wherever. So we can talk about those hands. Here, Ace King Queen 5 double suited, definitely open over the limpers. And we flop top pair and cut shot. Checking is an option, but I like to bet. Against this shorty we can stack off on quite many turns. And when he shoves, if he has 2 pairs, we have more than enough equity. We need to pay 3.4 into a $20 pot. So we need like 18-17%, and we have with the cut shot like 30 or so. So definitely just call here and let's take the first flip. Yep, we make the backdoor flush. We had 23 on the flop, but even that's enough. So we win the first flip, yay! Going to be a great evening. Now if anyone is awake there, please say it in the chat so at least I know I'm not alone. On table 1 we flop the nuts. Some kind of wrecker, no reason to get fancy. Just bet, and if he wants to make moves, he can do so. But he doesn't. And now we just wait. It seems like the table 1 is dying. King 4 4 5. I'm not going to limp because this girl in action has played 3 hands aggressively. He's most likely going to raise here. And now he didn't. Here on table 4, nice flop. Let's make a c-bet and see if the opponent wants to call with wide range. When he calls, he has a lot of flush draws, straight draws, over pairs. And 9 is brick, so I don't think he has better trips or full house that often. So I'm going to get a small value from the possible overpair. And here, oh, he had a king 6, wow. This time he had a better hand. On table 1, I'm barreling the turn, make him fold some kind of weakish ace or flush draw, but when he raises, he probably has the straight. And here, Finnish player 3 bets. 4-bet is not an option, folding is not an option, so we just call and see if we flop anything, and we sort of do, but he has 1 pot size. Of course, if he ranges aces, we have enough equity to stack off. I'm going to semi-bluff this turn. And he stacks off. And he has just an ace high, so we won the pot with 5 pair of 5s. Here we get a, I don't know, he didn't limp, it's just a 3-bet from the button, and he pots. We don't hit the set, so I'm not going to proc here with just a pair of kings against sort of tightish player. Then before we flop the middle set. And he's such an aggressive one that I'm just probably going to check raise and hope for a... Oh dear. Well, it's not even a pot-sized raise, so I'm going to shove. If they have a draw, we are flipping. His bet sizing doesn't look like he has pocket jacks, and he has pocket deuces. And almost makes a backdoor nut flush against second nut flush. Wow, I got scared there. Here on table 1, I bet the turn because I have such an insane amount of outs. And here he bets the flop. I'm actually going to semi-bluff the turn. I don't represent much, but if I can get him to fold anything, it's good for me. And if he raises, we have equity to call, flush draw, and open ender. And I don't think he's going to check raise that often. It's sort of advanced move. And he calls, we make the nuts. So I'm just going to bet the river, represent a missed flush, so if he has some kind of made hand, he might call me. I'm trying to use the filters there. On table 3, just c-bet and hope he folds often enough. Seems kind of fishy, but if I check, I'm probably not going to win the pot often, so. In a heads up pot, always make the c-bet unless you have a really good reason of not to. Here, this guy seems like a green player. Fold 75 so far, so we are definitely going to see bet here. But he calls. If he folds, if this is anywhere near the truth, he has either a big draw or he has some kind of made hand, and I don't think neither one of those is going to fold the turn. So I'm just going to check back on the river. When he bets. If he checks, then I think I might value bet, not value bet, bluff the river to make him fold queen high, ace high hands, but when he bets the river, he might, if he's a good player, he might make it as a bluff because he knows I don't have a king. But 28-17, not sure if he's a good player. On table 1 we totally missed the board, but I don't want to check call. So I'm going to c-bet and put the pressure on him. And yeah, he can raise a ton of hands here, but he cannot raise total air. And if he calls, we have some backdoors, so I'm happy to bet fold on these boards. But I don't like him being on our left, so I'm going to change that table. And on level 2, I'm just giving up for him. He's really aggressive on the turns, but I'm not too worried that if I bet the flop and check fold the turn, then he's going to run me over. Here I'm going to shove over this aggressive player. Yeah, he had aces, but we have a really good equity against aces. Probably 40% or so. Actually 30 only. He had a cut shot too. Oops. So I'm not worried that he's going to run me over, because when the sample size goes up, I can easily see if he's super aggressive on some parts, or how does he play. So if someone has a style that can slightly exploit me in the first hands, 2 or 3 hands I play with him, it's not a big deal. If he keeps doing it, I can just exploit him more. But when he limps from under the gun, he's definitely not a good player. So he might be a bad player that just attacks weakness. Or then he has just hit the hands 2 or 3 times. That's a common mistake that when you are playing with the bad players whose pre-flop range is like VPIP 93 or something, then the common mistake is that now he probably bets again. Every time when I check to him, he bets. And he pots once again. So next time I'm going to check call or check raise him. The common mistake is that when you think that opponent's range is super wide, you think that they are going to miss the board often. Like if their preflop range is 90, they always have air. But that's nowhere near the truth. Oh, now he bet smaller. Damn, I hope he had potted so I can raise and get my money back that I have folded so far. I have no idea how aggressive he's on the river and we're out of position. In position we might just call if he donks, but here I'm just going to raise him and kind of show him that my turn check range has value hands too. So he cannot just bet every time I check to him. Not sure if he thinks about that, but like here he didn't even think for long. Oh, nice turn. Of course we are going to bet it. Just if he has a straight, then he has it, but there's a lot of flush draws, a lot of two pairs, a lot of everything. And he folds. When he folds, it's not the end of the world, because unless the board pairs, it's a scare card for us. And if he's super aggressive, he won't bluff those, so then we have a tough decisions on the river. Impact Point is asking, how's the first 20 minutes going? Well, here we have actually 300 BBs, wow. 150, 150, and 100 BBs here. So we are making small profit. I lost 50 BBs or so on one pot. Strips versus strips. Table 3. Nuts versus. I'm going to mark him green. Yeah, he has folded a lot to c-bet, but he's 46 and 8, so we are definitely going to make money out of these players. Sorry, had to sneeze. Table 1, I'm going to c-bet the board. Neither one of them is going to raise me as a bluff. And if they call, they have ace, we are probably going to showdown, we can see the turn, and of course we see the turn, but we can see the river, we go check check often. We have the cut shot and backdoor. Flush draw, and if they call, their calling range has worse hands, so I'm happy to bet there. And if they raise, then I just fold my cut shot. And now they fold, a lot easier for us. If we check and see the turn, it gets really, really, really nasty. And here he calls the flop, and we pick up a draw. And he checks, so I'm going to check, go to showdown. And he had aces, or ace in his hand, he would not have folded it on the river. Here we have a cut shot and weak flush draw. Kind of perfect hand to check back. Keep the pot small. And then we have an open ender and a flush draw. Free river. We make the straight, but there's a flush possible and tons of highest range. Like we have 9 high, someone might have a 10 high, jack high, queen high, king high. So I don't think there's even value to bet the river. If you have any ideas what could we talk here, I'm going to make a small c-bet. He's going to fold if he doesn't have anything. He folds 67% to c-bets, and he's 58.9. I don't think he pays any attention to our bet sizing. So every time when we want to bluff the flop, we can bet slightly smaller, and for value slightly bigger, and he's not going to pick up on that and start to exploit us ruthlessly. Bobo Smith limps, really tight player. I'm going to donk here, so it doesn't go check. Wow. That is sick. If he has aces, we have, but we have one ace in our hand, and he's so tight. Would he raise here without queen? I'm going to fold. He has queens for sure. And here, against this calling station, I'm going to value bet the river. And we get a call from... Wow, he calls the flop with pair of fours. 8-8-7 flop, and he calls the c-bet with the pair of fours. And then he makes the full house on the turn. How sick is that? Here it's a 3-bet pot. We have the middle pair. I mean top pair, but if someone raises, it sucks. But neither one of them is going to raise me actually without a hand. So against the raising range, we are kind of crushed. And he probably has king or queen in his hand if he has a high flush draw. So, yeah. Flush draw with the king and queen. Here, when he checks the turn, I'm going to bet. The bet is just, he's regular, playing a lot of stakes. This is so passive guy. Could he bluff here? I don't actually think that he's going to bluff that often. If he was a regular, I would definitely call. So he's a regular, of course he's not reloaded, which is really strange. Oh man. So when he bets the flop, checks the turn, I want to bet. Even when I probably, well, he's not going to bluff the river. I don't think he's going to call us with worse hand often, so the idea is to just bet when he checks, so we have those. Oh, he has jack 5. We have 40%, so it's an easy stack off. Here, the same guy, previously on a paired board, he called with pocket fours. So I'm value betting aces there, for sure. So I want to bet a lot of times and just see when he starts to make a really light call down. Because as long as he keeps folding to those turn bets, I can just float him a ton. Here we have top 2. Turn is really bad card. So I'm going to check it. And the river is the next worst card. So now we can beat almost anything. Yeah, he had a straight. We were actually quite ahead on the turn. Yeah, I don't fold it, but the thing is that the opponent is Baba Smith. 23 hands, 9-0. Back then he was 6-0. So he's definitely not a regular thinking player. Might have actually opened and c-bet any flop. So he's such a tight one that it was queen 3-3. Here we have the stack off versus this guy. What he has this time? Oh, he has huge draw. And he makes trips. He was probably a huge favorite. Yeah, 66. He's sure he wants to gamble and hits every board. Such is life. Yeah, I see bet folding against him because he check raises me on queen 3-3 board. Really hard to see him do that without a full house. Well, we don't have odds to hit 3, sorry. Three comes like 2% of the time. So even if we want to call €1 with those odds, we have to win €50 spot. And he doesn't have 50 behind. Here I'm going to open for a pot, because we have the gambler and then we have the fish. And now I'm c-betting quite big, because if I hit my flush, I will get a huge value from him. And I'm going to barrel the turn when I have the cut shot. Too bad we don't hit anything, so we have to check the river. He's not folding anything better. And he has just a pair of kings. He made a 1BB bluff on the river. Yeah, basically it's not 3-bet when you raise the flop. It's just the second bet. Pre-flop, re-raise is a 3-bet, but post-flop when someone raises, it's not the 3-bet. If I had raised him, it's a flop 3-bet. Have to be careful with the words. No, Queen would not call. He's fucking 8-0, guys. Don't give him credit of thinking. If he understands anything about poker, he wouldn't play PLO 8-0. I mean, 25 hands, played 3 of those. So he is not a thinking player. Where is he from? Finland. Sorry, Baba, if you're watching this later, but I mean, either you are really... Of course, it might be true. I once played in a coaching. I had over 50 hands, and my pre-flop stats were something like 8-6-0. There was this one aggressive player on the table, so I couldn't open anything trashy. And I just couldn't get hands on 50 hands, and it was so funny, because after 50 hands I had my own HUD visible then. After 50 hands I looked really nutty, so yeah, he might be actually a thinking player, but so far it's really unlikely. So it might be that he just haven't had a hand so far. But it's really weird. Often when these type of players do something, they have what they represent. Because if he understands anything, like if he understands that on that board he can raise his all of his air with a really profitable bluff, he would understand enough to not to play with these stats. Here on demo 2 we flop open-ender. I think it's a good spot to... I'm going to call once. Hope someone calls behind and we get huge odds. We also have the spades that we can continue calling. 7 is a blank. So now we thought he has 9 then. But if he has 9, then he is going to give us a lot of value. Here we have the top pair and double cut shot, so definitely bet for value. And we make second nuts. Definitely bet for value. And definitely get value. He has flopped Seth. Wow. Yeah, he might have bad run, but let's see. When he has 50 hands, we see if he has a bad run of cards or not. Oh, awesome flop. I'm going to donk here. We have so many nut outs on the turn that we want to create a big pot in case we hit. If someone raises, it's no big deal. And against these, now we have the nuts. So we bet. And we hope someone has a naked 5-3 and he raises. And we bring the shitload of money. Oh, might have actually 3-bet versus this girl in action. I'm going to check call the river. Give this guy an opportunity to bluff his missed flush draw. Oh, he was still in the pot. Oh man. I thought he folded. And he pots it. Oh, Jesus Christ. When he pots, I'm going to fold. We have seen that he can slow play flop sets easily. And when he was bluffing, he bet smallish. Actually 1 BP. And now he pots against 2 people. So, but if I knew that he was on the hand, I would have bet the river for slightly over half a pot. I thought he folded on the turn. My mistake. And this guy pots the river. If he folds, I'm going to hero call, because the only hand he's representing is the backdoor trips. Of course, he's representing just the trips, but it's such a good bluff spot when we have checked the turn. So I'm going to call. And he has ace queen. Jesus Christ, he's bad. Yeah. The thing is that he was value betting the river, but he doesn't understand that his value bet is really thin. Ace jack is the only worse hand that can call him, and we had that, and I thought myself into calling. Wow. Make stupid value bet with top pair, good kicker on ace 6 x river after turn checks 3v way. Wow. Well, not reloading or topping up doesn't actually mean, because we have this Aptenodite, which is a regular, and his stats are quite solid. Well, I have played with him. I know he's not that great, but he's not reloading either. Here he has 7 euros, here he has 14 euros. Yeah, it kind of feels sick, but I don't think he isn't bluffing with the air, so that is a value bet. He might have the same straight. He might have the ace-5 Molen straight. I can't even remember if it's possible. Or he might actually have trips and he does same as Nirai here. That he's just value betting in a really bad spot, but have to fold. He's not folding a lot, so I'm not c-betting here. If we get a cheap turn or free turn, we have a lot of backdoors. If he calls, I'm going to call too. Yep. And now we have a flush draw and a cut shot. We can call most of his bets. Because when he bets, it looks like he has some kind of made hand. On tempo 4, up Tenorites calls the flop. Turn, we still have the middle pair and an open ender. I'm going to check back here. And oh, I was prepared to say that we make nuts on the river, but I didn't. And then we check back. And he has... What he has? Oh, he has flush and river set. Oh, we can value here. From what? Oops. 5, 6. Oh, he made a straight on the river and called us. I love this guy. I'm going to fold my king queen 10 out of position. Oh, I haven't had quads in this session, so I'm not running good. And here, standard potting over the limper. And he folded. I always wondered that if someone has an VPIP of 95, what is that 5% that he's folding? I always think that it might be a spot where someone opened and there's a 3-bet and he has trash. And the 5% is those. And in a single race spot he's going to play everyhand. But now he folded on the big blind. That is so sick. He have to have a really bad hand. Here we had a 3-bet and cold caller. I think we can call here because we are in position in case we hit. It's so easy to get the value. Out of position it's an easy fold. But now he has to c-bet. What, he makes mean bet once again. I'm going to call. Hope that the river doesn't complete a flush. We know that his mean bet has been bluff earlier. Now we have good 2 pairs. Would be a really thin value bet actually. Could he be tricky? I'm going to make and hope he calls with Jack 9 type of hands, which he might have, or just the top pair. And he check raises us on the river. Oh, I'm too curious, I have to call this one. And he had the straight, so he mean bets with the straight too and check raises river. Now that is one sick of a play. Wow. Well, we're going to get the money from him, so I don't mind giving him €2. Here we're going to check. Oh, he checks. Damn. Oh, well, we have to go the turn. Crap. Not sure if he phones quads, because he has quads, for Christ's sake. Who would phone quads? Oh, I thought he named. My bad. Well, 3-betting is not horrible, especially when you flop the nuts. So. He's going to go. He has something. And when he has SPR1, I'm going to shove. And if he folds, he probably has some really weak open-ender or 2 pairs. And we are not going to get value from him anyway. No reason to 3-bet here when there's a cold caller. And then we call, and we flop 2 pairs, but it doesn't hit his 3-bet range at all. And he's going to stack off with aces here. If he has aces. And he has a set of 5s, no! King, king, 5, 5. That sucks. But he made a pot size value bet with just the top pair earlier, so I think he's going to stack off with even aces or kings there. So I think my raise was good. This time, really unlucky that he has the set with his high pair. It's a first 3-bet out of 77 hands, so yeah, he has aces, kings always. So against his range, good shove. Against his actual hand, not so good one. How much we had? We had the cut shot. So we had 26, so at least we had some equity. Here we're going to make a half a pot c-bet. Not sure what this guy is thinking. Well, yeah, he had a situation going on. Might be that. Actually, I'm going to make only 120. So if they have a hand they like to call, they won't call me anyway, so I say 1 BB when they have a hand. Yeah, he had on the turn. And he mean bet the straight on the turn. And then he check raised it on the river. Really sick. I'm going to fold against him. He's so tight that he's going to hit the board really often, so I'm not going to bluff him. He doesn't like to fold a lot, so he's calling with almost anything on that board, and then we had to barrel, but if we represent the straight on the flop, the turn and river most of the time completes a flush or pairs the board. So it's hard to barrel him. Yeah, there's a Finnish guy. His name is Kyyberi in English. probably really good player. I think Papa Smith is a tie player. 12 and 0 after 41 hands. And 2 pairs, I'm going to bet as a protection. Nira isn't raising us and we have no information on gravity. OMG. K, whatever his name is. Here Upton Dice make a really small donk bet. He donks a lot. We have the pair and gut shot, so definitely we can call. And now he checks. I'm going to check. If I had a king in my hand, I would bet here. So now just go to showdown. And he makes 2 pairs on the river. Wow. He made a donk bet with just a gut shot. Oh, Jesus Christ. Nuts on, wow. Then before we are 300 BPs deep and we flop the nut full house. And I hope he raises if he has tripped trees. He's kind of regular as he might attack this board. I smell money here. And small c-bet, just trying to induce him. And I'm going to check call the river. Might be weird, but there's a lot of bigger full houses possible. Or could we get some value? And the only hand we're going to lose is pocket 8s and jacks. And he might have 3-8, 3 jack more often. I'm going to make a raise. And of course, if he raises, we have to call. But I don't want to play 300 BB pot when he might have some kind of 10-10, 8-8 bluffs the flop with overpairs. Yeah, cunt or pussy. Welcome to Poker Grammar. Just a second, I have to yell something to the other side of the house. Sorry for that. Here we have the nuts. I'm just going to call. And of course, I kind of wish that the turn is a blank. Now we have to bet for value, but nah. Probably should have raised the flop and not get too tricky versus him. Here I'm going to check. We have a lot of outs if he has a better hand, and if he bets the river, I don't think he has queen 10 ever. Oh, timed out. Might have called real close. I think folding and calling, it's really close, because he might have some kind of two pairs that he's value betting. He also has even sets in his range. He's trying to check raise on the turn or something. But when we check the turn, he can bluff all his missed flush draw. Of course, we have king and queen of the flush in our hand, so it's kind of unlikely he has a flush draw that often. So Tetris is asking, I can't be scared about 2-outer hitting the turn. I don't know what hand you are talking about. If you think here that we should have shoved the turn, the thing is that when we have the full house, we are 300 BBs deep. So if he has 3-8, he's going to stack off. But I think often if he has a 3 in his hand, he's going to raise us on the flop. So a lot of his range is some kind of bluffs. And if we raise the turn, we are not getting any value from his bluffs. He's not going to re-raise us with air. So I don't want to raise there. So yeah, he has 3-8 or 8-8 if he's going to stack off. And when he just calls the flop this deep, I think he might have just bluffs and 8-8s that make him a big part of his range. And this time he didn't have a full house because he folded the river. So by just calling the turn, we got a bet from him on the river that we would not have got if we raised the turn. Of course, if he had 3-8, then it would kind of suck, but yeah, the thing is that he has... Oh, what happened? We jumped many streets. These Aptenoids, he donks a lot, he makes small donks, but it's always a weakish hand. So far, so I think he has a lot of some kind of pair, two-pair type of hands. He might have smaller flush draws. I'm not sure if he folds those, but yeah. Probably if he has a draw, he's not folding. So, as I said, I should have raised it. Now, trying to be tricky and raise him on the turn. He thinks I'm bluffing. He's going to call me with real wide range. But probably when we have all the draws to the nuts, we are going to dominate him. Get flush versus flush or straight versus straight all the time. Just raise him on the flop. Yeah. Bad Kyyberi. Yeah, there are possible bigger houses. Yeah, there are two possibilities, but there aren't many smaller possibilities either. So if he's bluffing the flop, he might have a lot of overpairs in his range. And if he has total air, then the only way to value is to give him an opportunity to bet. And the reason why I think that his stack-off range has bigger full houses is the fact that if he had trips on the flop, he would raise me. Some of the time at least. So it kind of caps him range to overpairs and floats. Don't actually think he has a lot of floats in his range. Because if he wants to bluff, he would raise me on the flop. But why would he raise with an overpair? Well, I don't know. Kind of funny hand. Might be that... Oh, Baba Smith. I'm going to actually see bet larger here because his calling range is so that he's not making moves against me ever. If he raises, he thinks because he has a better hand. So he's just folding a ton of hands there. So when we are 300 BPs deep, might be that... I don't know why I'm scared. But the thing is, if he has A3, would he stack off? I don't know, but he would stack off on the turn anyway. I mean on the river, or at least give a lot of value. Knee right donks. I'm just going to fold. Here I'm going to make a c-bet. I don't think he's raising us on this board as a bluff often. And if he calls, we have a lot of outs against his calling range. Here against Baba Smith. Half a pot c-bet is enough. And if he calls, his calling range is probably jack or better. But he's just going to fold so much. I'm going to open here ace king just for the high card value. We pick up the flush draw, overcards, bottom pair. Against him I'm just going to bet. On the turn we check and get a free river. If he bets we call, if he checks we bet. If he has smaller flush, he's going to pay us off, and if he raises, we fold. And he calls, and we make money. Oh, he had aces. Wow. Imp calls aces. I'm going to note. And yeah, he overcalls post flop. This Finnish gay cunt or gay pussy is just playing pretty aggressively. Here he opens under gun. This guy 3 bets, he shoves, probably money comes in. He should have aces a lot of times. I don't know what he's thinking, because either he has a good rundown type of hand he's going to call, or he has aces he's going to shove. If he has kings, it's a bad 3-bet in my mind, because it creates problem. When called, it creates problem. When 4-bet, 3-bet, 4-bet. And here we get Aptenoids, 3-bets call and huge pot. And he folded. What in the world he might have that he folds? Aptenoids 3-bets, trash in position, ace high, king high hands. I'm going to stack off with him. And now this guy calls. Well, hope he checks the turn. Oh. 13 in the pot of 60. Really close, because we actually blocked one of our outs. But we have to stack off here. And no, we don't make the flush. 25, so yeah, we had enough. This guy is taking our money. Here he 3-bets. We have the top pair, and he makes a big. Could he fold? We are so deep that I'm not going to make a big bluff there. And here I'm going to call the river when he turn is checked, because he knows I don't have a flush often, so now he's just bluffing the river, and we make the money. Yeah, would have been a nice pot there. Too bad we can make money out of this near eye. Here we have a lot of folding equity on the turn, and we have the nut flush in case he calls. And if he raises, he has 5-6. Most of the time. So now we just see the odds. We get 1 to 4, so we have to get small value, and we have even the cut shot, so it's an easy call here. And we don't improve, so we just, if he bets, we have to fold the river. So we had a great start, and now we have lost a few buy-ins when we don't hit our hands on the rivers. He 3-bets, we have double paired hands, I'm going to call. See if we flop a set, we are going to flop a set 1 out of 4 times, so easy call, and now he bets we fold. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to open under the gun. Neither one of these is going to 3-bet a lot. And he donks. Of course we're going to call with the set. And then I'm going to make a bet. Hard for... Oh, he just folded. Don't think he would fold a flush to 1-bet. Here we flop the straight. Going to bet half a pot. And he raises. I'm going to call turn, call river. Nice. If he has 2 pairs or a set on the flop, he would c-bet it always. And he had a trip 6. Wow. I thought about shoving the turn, but maybe trip 6 is actually the only hand that he can stack off, because he shouldn't have full houses ever. Yeah, I hope he loses them fast. Now he donked me on the... I'm going to fold. Yeah, when you don't remember the actions of... This is a nice feature on microgame that you can see here, player history, what he has done on the hand. Like, I first thought that he c-bets the flop, but he donked to me. And here this gravity OMK calls the flop, so not a lot of folding equity. I check the turn. If I hit ace or queen, it's probably good. He had a trip, so we were drawing dead. Not flush draw. And nerve donks. Well, let's call and see if we hit the flush. He's donking 15%. No idea what his donking range is, but he seems kind of straightforward. He's the one who potted the river with the top pair. So bad player, 500 BB stack. PLO is easy. There are 12 out of wrap on table 3. If Papa bets, I'm just going to call. Give him a credit of 2 pairs or a set. But when he checks, we bet. Kind of easy hand to play. If someone raises, we have equity to call. And we block all the straight draws, so if someone raises, they have a made hand. Today we are going to stop at 10:30 my time in 20 minutes. We're going to play only 1.5 hour session. Here regular opens button, we're gonna beat multi-way board. With these type of hands, I like to see the flop. We can flop the nuts with the redraw. And if we don't hit, we can just fold. Here another, wow. Opens 60% from the button and now he limps on the button. Not sure what to think about that. Probably now makes moves on me, and he does. I'm not going to fight him. Here I can see how often he raises my c-bet. So once he starts to raise me more, then I just adjust. Here we make the trips with the flush draw. And we make full house on the river, so we value bet it. And we get value. Did he have a straight? Yes. Ace 5. Do we have the straight here? No. We have the not flush draw and the cut shot, and he bets full pot. The thing is that if he has ace king, his blocking are out, and he has only we can't call with the flush draw, so we just don't have the equity to call. We even block one of our flush outs. Nurai is actually betting a lot of turns when checked too. Basically, say my hand, I have no idea what hand you are talking about. Sorry. For the delay, I have no idea what you're talking about, so unless you say my hand, I just cannot answer that one. But his turn aggression is 50%. River is, well, only 9 hands, but turn sample size is 31 hands, being aggressive in half, so when checked, he's going to bet a lot of turns. So definitely we are going to check raise him. Because if he bets turns like with top 2 or even top pair, he's going to get committed pretty fast. So when we have a hand, we're going to check raise him on the turns. He has done it so often now. Oh, we pick up the cut shot here. Isolation 3-bet often doesn't work against 3-happy 70 guys. They don't think about if it's a 3-bet or raised pot if they like their hand. But now they both probably fold. Oh, he calls. In a heads-up pot, this is a great hand. In a 3-way pot, not so great. Now probably, well, should be easy to play. And he folds. I'm going to bet here. Might check back, but we have a lot of folding equity against him. And when he raises, he has some kind of probably rundown with 2 pairs. And now people are just running over us. When he 3-bets this big, he has aces for sure. So we don't have the odds to call with kings. Sorry. And I have no idea what hands they call my open, but then fold in position to 3-bet. Wow. So strange people here. We have 15 minutes left in the session, and I'm not even sure if we are making profit anymore. Because we had a big stack here, we don't have any more. We had 60 euros here, we have only 50. So, not sure. At least we were making nice profit at one point, but there were some of those really big pots where we had the odds to make a turn call, but we didn't hit the river. Here I'm going to just raise it. We can raise with any hand. He's going to fold pre-flop, or if he calls, he's going to fold a ton post-flop. So against Papa Smith, we can open any 4. Yeah, I think He is having a run of bad cards. 21 and 1. Yeah, he has raised 1 out of 75. We open against Nirai. He's still folding almost 60% to C-bets. 50% in this session, so I'm C-betting and I'm making profit versus him. And I'm going to actually barrel the turn. Because if I check, he's going to bet. And I don't have a hand that I can check call. So I deny him of the bluff opportunity. And he folds. I'm pretty sure that if I check, he's going to bet at me. So if I actually had a flush, I would check call. That's how we adjust to these turn betters. $37-0. Oops. He's green one. What is that player profile? What does it show me? Oh, there's a picture! And he's a single, wow! Can you... Favorite bad beat story? Oh my god. What he mean raises us? I think we can call with the cut shot and backdoor flush draw. Such a strange min raise. Almost hit the queen. Does Nirai has... No, he doesn't have a profile. Too bad. Now he checks, we got a free river. Kaboom! No, we don't hit it. $0.70. Have to call. We don't have much, but probably weak ace. 2 pairs. Mean raise with just the top pair. That is crazy, dude. Top 3 pairs. I wish that Nirai called, because I would probably, unless the turn completes a straight, or even if it does, I would check call him. Sucks. And then before, I'm going to call because we have position on the 3-better. And we block aces, he shouldn't 4-bet often. This time he does. Well, if he calls, we can call. I think we can call here. We are deep. And we flop. Well, turn makes it easier, we actually make the straight. I was thinking about on the flop, how would we play it? Oh, we checked here. Bummer. Well, I'm going to bet now. I hope they are bad enough to understand that I cannot have a lot of strong hands except quads here on the turn. So if they were regulars, they would raise me. I wouldn't see bet the turn when the flop goes check, because they would raise me with ton of air. Nice premium aces. Hope the shorty opens. No. Why you no open? then I'm opening. And he phones from under the gun. He's not that good regular. And we totally missed the board. He folds 91% to c-bets. Of course, he's going to hit the board often, but yeah, he's going to fold often enough. Because when someone folds these much, they only look if they hit the board. So if they don't have the nuts, they are scared of the board that someone has the nuts, and that's why they fold. So he might actually, I think he's going to fold even 2 pairs when there's a straight possibility and flush draw. And when he folds that much, if he folds that much in 3-bet boards, he's going to lose a shitload of money when he just calls 3-bet and folds unless he hit the nuts. Impact point put his misses in the cellar and locked the door and missed an hour, so it must have been quite a fight, because if it takes 1 hour to put your girlfriend in the cellar or basement, then she must have fought back. Hope you are okay. Chambalaya is asking, did I think about bluffing King 10 at Ace Jack? No. Gravity OMK. Bad players don't want to fold, and when he calls the flop, he has a straight draw or he has some kind of ace type of hand. And he had ace queen something. Can't even remember what he had. Yeah, he's scared because he doesn't have the nuts, but I don't think he's donking the ace and then folding on the turn. If I bet turn and fire river, I might do it, but I'm going to bet here when I actually hit my queen and I have the cut shot, and kaboom, I make it. So now random ace jack beats us, and it's this Nira guy, he calls a lot. So I'm going to bet. If he raises, it's a 6 spot. But he just folded. Not sure. Well, every time when we have seen him raise the river, he has some kind of hand. If I was out of position, I would check raise him on the river, because he value bets top pair on those boards. We have seen that. So if you want to test your estimation skills, now it's time to estimate what is the results of this PLO night, because we are going to have the last orbits in just a couple of minutes. I have no idea. Here, top and bottom 2 pairs. And Baba bets. Oh, I'm going to call. Wow, that has to be strong luck. Bottom of his range is overpair with the flush draw. And we are flipping against that, and everything else is beating us. So I'm just calling to see if he slows down or if we pick up a 10 or 9 on the turn. And here we pick up the nut flush draw. Nut flush draw is such a nice hand that if we get 3-way or 4-way all in, we have the equity to stack off with the nut flush draw. So in a multi-way pot, it's nice to bet it. Now he checks. That's when I bet. Now I have 3 pairs. And we make the nuts on the river, and the flush comes there. I'm going to. Would he call a pot? Not sure. I don't know, so I'm betting smaller. Oh, we had this guy there. I should have bet bigger then. Oh, I suck. Yeah, Abel is watching and seeing that often when I hand, I bet quickly. I'm going to check raise here. We have top pair and overs and a flush draw. And he's sure he might have a quite wide range. And now he has worst queen, but makes a backdoor flush. So another flip lost. We had 68, which is huge in PLO. Yeah, sometimes I make the bets too quickly, but the thing is that when I'm playing, normally when I don't have to explain stuff, I make really quick decisions because I have thought them beforehand. So I make quick decisions with the bluffs. But now when you have to explain same time, it slows your thinking process. So that's why some of the time I have to do a lot more thinking like on the turn than I would have normally. So it's a habit to bet quickly. Of course now in the pro chain when some of the time I have to think, I should wait before making a decision, and there are so many times when I have said after I make a decision, oh, I should have waited for a few seconds. And often in situations like in a 3-bet pot when I turn the straight, the thing is that the pot is so big that if the opponent has a hand, he's going to stack off. Here on table 3, I'm going to bet. And we make the top pair an open-ender. And gravity min raises us. What did he min raise us before? He had a top pair. I'm just going to fold. That screams for an ace. Here I'm going to call with open-ender because the board is rainbow. And if we call, these guys might call, and now we have the position. If we make the nuts on the turn, it's really, really, really nice spot. But we don't. And we don't. Well, we have few not outs. I'm going to call this really small bet. And he shoves. Wow. King, queen at least. Drank Q poker. C bets only 30%, so I'm going to fold. He probably has a hand there. And now let's start the last orbits. Oh, everyone is saying we are not going to make profit. Damn you guys. Oh, he donked 60%. Should I call? I'm going to call. We have a lot of outs that improve our hand, but then we are really vulnerable against any kind of overcards. And this time he had the straight, but he's donking 60% of the hand. So I can't fold to his donk, and he's just owning us now. Sucks. Now, donking 4 out of 6 hands might have just hit the hands, but it's likely that he has a lot of weak hands in his donking range. And of course, it sucks when they donk with the nuts too. quite interesting to see, did we make a profit or not, because I have no idea. In the first half an hour we made a lot of money. Let's see. Oh, it's the last hands probably. I'm going to find my poker tracker. So that's the results for today. I'm just going to see if we jump over the big blind, because if either one of these guys sit out after this hand, the button goes over them. I have never seen that kind of poker rules, because everywhere where I have played, the common rule is that you cannot jump over or miss the big blind. But we don't. Here are the results for today. Here, $63 profit, and kaboom, goes down to 21. And EV is sort of break even. So one buy-in under EV. First we run hot, then we run cold, and too bad we end in a losing amount. Here, a couple of really big pots where we lost a lot of money. But as we saw once again, the opponent makes such a stupid mistakes that in the long run it's hard to lose money here. Today didn't get lucky on the big pots, but such is life. -1 buy-in, it sucks, but I'm sure we can get over it in the future sessions. On Friday we have the Finnish PLO night, and then on the next week we have the normal Wednesday and Friday PLO coachings. My name is Kyyberi. This was brought to you by PokerRideMania.com. If you are watching on YouTube and you are not a member of us, just go to this address, PokerRideMania.com/forum, and join the awesome community. Now, thanks all and have a safe night. See you on Friday or next Wednesday. Bye bye.